All right, Shalom. It's the brother Kalaya coming at you with another lesson. Prior to getting started, I'd like to give all glory, honors, and prayers unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Urchakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to for elect. All right, Shalom, Shalom. Okay, and this particular lesson is inspired by a video that I watched. I think that was yesterday morning. All right, on my way to work, in the Uber and everything, and I just was scrolling, on Instagram and came across this video, and it was a woman who was explaining to her husband that when he came home, it was his duty to clean, take care of the kids, and also there's work to be done after you got home, and I can't tell nobody how to run their house. I agree with her on a certain extent, especially when there is an understanding, right? When you have a woman that understands and a man that understands that, there's a need for both parties' effort, right? There's a need, okay? But there's a level of respect that comes into play with it, all right? And I just wanted to address a couple of things as far as dealing with, women that have no respect for men, which she didn't have respect for that man, okay? A man that is getting the proper respect that he deserves doesn't mind helping out in whatever way or form or fashion, all right? And I'm speaking on that through experience and things that I've heard from other brothers. You know what I'm saying? Men that have the understanding of hierarchy as far as the scriptures go, and just basic everyday wisdom, all right, according to that matter. But nevertheless, this is a hard pill to swallow, but it must be swallowed, and it's gonna be the death of a lot of these women in today's age, because you have a woman that would give up a perfectly fit family, right? A guy that's willing to go out and be the breadwinner and things of that nature, for someone who is incapable of being that protection that's needed in the days to come, because there's a level of protection that a woman will need in the up and coming days, man. All right, we're talking about the end of times. All right, scriptures tell you in Daniel's the 12th chapter. I'm gonna get it real quick. That we're coming into a time like no other. It's the book of Daniel, chapter 12 and 1, and it reads, "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book." All right, and I got 2 points I want to harp on right here. All right, there will be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation. All right, so from the beginning of time all the way to now, there has not been a time more terrible than what's to come. To hell with the slaughtering of those 1948ers, right? Those the big noses, right? Small hats, them JEWs, right? That wasn't even real, but let's say for the sake of understanding, it's far greater than that. It's far greater than the Civil War, all of the World War I, World War II, Vietnam, right? I'm trying to think of that other one. The Gulf War, right? Far bigger than that, far beyond that. All right, far more ferocious, okay? And even wars in the past, when wars were fought with swords and shields and bucklers, right? on horseback. Okay, there's this time is greater than all of those times accumulated. All right, we're talking about all out chaos, no sense of rules, regulations. Okay, no source of authority. Right, we're talking about a time of utter chaos, which is gonna, come onto the very shores of America, man, and various other places in the earth. You see? But the second point that I wanted to harp on was, it says, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one of them shall be found written in the book. And that's talking about the elect, man. All right? Starting off with what? The 144,000 men, you see, that are out here prophesying, devoting their time, their bodies, their efforts, man. Okay? To what? To preaching the coming of Yahushua. You see? Those men that are out there on the highways and byways, devoting their lives unto ushering in the kingdom of heaven. Those men are considered what? The 144,000, man. Lord willing, we be chosen to be that. You see? But in the same regard, we're in hopes. That's why we call it hopeful elect. But then you also have what? The innumerable multitude, all right, that will be considered of men, women, and children. All right, they come in the same stead. They sighing and they crying at the abominations that are done in the midst thereof. They're not with the ways of America or of Babylon the Great, man. Though they don't do the work, you see, they still are on the side of Yahushua. All right, but nevertheless, those are the ones that shall be delivered. Those are the ones that Michael shall stand for in that day. But getting back to what I was going into, I was just having this conversation with a beloved of mine, and I basically was telling that person it's very easy for a woman in this society to look down on the actions of a man, right? You might not be bringing in much loot. You might know, fuck, we Jake, man, and we in captivity. We ain't got it all, We ain't got it all, man. This is all we got. Scriptures. That's it, man. That's a for sure thing. Even if Jake is actually doing good, right, in our sense, and I'm talking about a man in the truth sense, still to the world, he ain't doing enough. Right? But the one thing that I harped on was, if like women today want to say 50-50, but they don't understand that majority, well, I'm gonna say this, 50% of what a man can show on this side can't be shown on a daily basis. Yes, we can go out and provide. Yes, we can lead, you see, but that's just 25 and 25% in its own. I'm just, this is my thoughts. I'm just giving out. The other 50% is what? Being a protector, man. So what I just read in that Daniel, the 12th chapter, you have to put yourself in those shoes and be a visionary, all right, for both parties, women and men, and see, just dive into putting yourself in these different situations, man, before I get here. All right, it's gonna be a hell of a lot harder for a woman to try to get through those days, all right, when men are not bound by the law. All of these guys that are psychotic and perverts and PDF files, right? A lot of women have children nowadays, and there's no one to protect the family. You see? And my thing was, when I was watching that video, because you had a lot of people in the comments saying, if she wouldn't have mentioned the fact that she worked too, she would have been on the man's side and think this, that, and the third. But we understand that the average person in America, especially you 12 tribes, man, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, your mind is distorted by the wine. You've been drinking the wine so long, And as I'm watching this video, I'm just sitting there thinking like, damn, it's a whole lot of women that think this way. But The one thing that would change her mind is if an intruder came through those front doors and her man went downstairs. All right, life on the line. Okay, win, lose, or draw. You see, and that's the variable people don't take into consideration, man. You know, especially you tribes, man. The Edomite woman get it. The Ammonite woman get it. You see? The Ishmaelite woman get it. They all get it, man. But it's you tribes, man. Okay? You don't get it because you've been fed the doctrine that you don't need a man, or it's 50-50. The 50-50 that's been put in your face is far more how can I say, ineffective than what the 50-50 is throughout the scriptures, man. Yes, the woman is a helpmeet. You see? She do the things in which, you know, hey, the man don't really have time to do. And hey, by all means, I don't control nobody's household. I really don't even get in the mixture of anybody else's household. But as far as me and my house goes, man, all right, the understanding is there that, man, at any time, you know, my life can be put on the line. And that's what the women of today's age forget, because they're at ease. Which brings me to my next precept, man. Where am I? This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 32 and verse 9. And it reads, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, their gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields of the fruitful vine." You see? So these women that are at ease because of what? Esau's system, all right? Government assistance. Okay, all of these different benefits that Eve receives, and it's mostly Eve, man. All right, and predominantly you Judite women, man. It's you Judite women, you so-called black women, man. You know, and this, hey, don't get me wrong, because I speak for myself and the brothers that are on side of me, man. All right, we love our women, but on this side, y'all heads are fucked up, man. All right, by way of what? The doctrine of Esau Edom. He's basically giving you fish. Like the old saying say, you teach a man, you give a man a fish, he only eat for one day. You teach a man a fish, all right, he can eat for a lifetime. He's giving you fish. He's basically giving you the things that you were in need of. And now, okay, you're relying on SNAP, food stamps, all right, WIC, and other things of that nature, housing vouchers, things of that nature, man. You know, when in our culture, hey, that's why you had a man. That's why that's why you had a husband. You see, because that husband, hey, you didn't need to look to another man, which the government has taken that place of a man in the society, right? And it's gonna come to bite you in the ass in the long run. That's why I said, you women that are at ease right now, you're at ease, okay? You're able to not go to work and you know, basically live it up, right? Go out on the weekends, okay? Put your kids in these fucking schools, right? You know? And it says, back in verse 11, it says, "Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins." And I'm going to read that in the NLT. It says, "Tremble, ye women of ease. Throw off your complacency, strip off your pretty clothes, and put on burlap to show your grief." And ultimately, that's going into the spirit, man. All right, and it's also physical too, because you women, you're able to show your bust, right, and your assets, okay. No pun intended. But nevertheless, you're able to show, you know, the body that the Lord have given unto you, and that's going to ultimately be your demise, man. you know. But in a spiritual sense, hey, you women are made proud by the different things that you are able to put on, you know, skin tight clothes, high skirts, Daisy Duke shorts, crop top, shirts, okay. Man, you got women that's just wearing sports bras out now, man. You know, just out in the public, out in the open. Your fucking bosom is out, you know. But it's in a spiritual sense, you know, those things puffing a woman up until now she's swollen with great pride, you know. And that's why it said, put on, back in verse 11, it says, strip off your pretty clothes and put on burlap to show your grief, all right, to be shameful. We're going through a time, we're finna go into a time that's gonna bring shame, man. You know, it's gonna bring shame to all the women, all right, that you know, proudly lived, okay, via these different sexual exploitation sites, right? I ain't got to get into too many names. You know what it is, okay? Social media. You get you a couple hundred followers, couple 100,000 followers, and now you think you somebody, man. The Lord is getting ready to break that, man. You know? Let me see. Yeah, I had this right here. This is Jeremiah, 31:22, and it reads, how long wilt thou go about, O backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth, a woman shall compass a man. Yeah, and that's a new thing in the earth, man. You know, the Lord is about to bring back biblical masculinity. You see, he's about to bring back biblical masculinity, right, according to the scriptures. Men that fight and will die for the scriptures, okay? Men that abide by the law, statutes, and commandments. The Lord is finna bring that back in a real way, in a heavy way, okay? And he's gonna make it very apparent. You see? That's gonna bring me to my next scripture. Because women actually being over a man in this society, that's a new thing in the earth. All right, all of these other nations, whether it's, you know, I've named a few already. The Ammonites, the Moabites, all right, the really all of these other nations, all of them, okay? They understand that the man is the head. You see? And that's why that's why that Isaiah 32 that I read is going to be so impactful to what? To you Israelite women, all right? Because you've been put in a stupor. You see, you've been tricked, you've been fooled, just as Eve in the garden. You see, the serpent has fooled you yet again. You know, but through this chaos, all will be made right, man. This Isaiah chapter 4:1, and it reads, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name's sake, to take away our reproach. You see? So you're gonna have, and you know, I'm sitting here thinking about it. I watched Apostle Tahar video. I think he did it last week in the earlier days. I think it was around Monday or Tuesday. But he went into, you know, Isaiah 4:1, man. You know, and that 7 women is a complete number. It's not just every elect man will have 7 women. Nah, whatever is your complete number, whatever the Lord see fit for you, all right, to keep you on a straight and narrow path, that's what you will have, man. You know, and I'm gonna make this quick disclaimer too. Jake ain't sitting here, you know, doing a Birdman hands, just waiting for that day to get, you know, multiple women, and, you know, man, that's for the kingdom. You see, whatever the hell we got to do to get out of here, that's what, you know, that's what Jake is focused on. You know, and I'm bringing this out for edification's sake, because you have to understand that these women, these 7 women, or that complete number of women, will have the understanding that, all right, there is no more, oh, well, Keisha can't talk to my man. You know, or whatever the case may be. She can't, this my man, nah. Jacob's trouble will purge that Babylonian mentality out of you, that American mindset, that Western mindset out of you. Once you start to see blood, all right, guts and ass in the streets, right up close and personal, it's no longer on these different social media apps. No, it's right in front of your face. That's when women will understand, I need somebody to protect me. Yeah, and you do got some, these Xena wannabe, Israelite women, and that's all fine and dandy. That's your business. But for the majority, out of the women, okay, that the elect women, they're gonna understand that they need and not even for the majority of the elect women, for all of the elect women, all right, they're gonna understand that they need a man in that day, all right, to be saved, man. And the Lord is gonna string it up. However he string it up, he do it how he do it, man. He do it the best. Okay, it never ceased to amaze me to see how the Lord is so intricate with how he connects different events within your life, man. It's just miraculous. You see, nothing less of magnificent. But let me see. I don't even need to get that one. Got that one. Yeah, this the book of Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 12, and it reads, "As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy paths." Okay, so the Lord is actually about to fix all of that. He's about to turn things right side up, because according to Isaiah, the 24th chapter, this devil has basically turned, the ways of life upside down. Let me grab this real quick. This is where are we? Yep. Isaiah 24 and 5, and it reads, "The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances, broken the everlasting covenant." You see, they transgressed the laws and have changed the ordinances. Okay, they fucked the ways of life up, man, and that's why when you come here to Babylon the Great, you can see the difference within the cultures. All right. All of these other cultures are modeled after, the Israelites, okay? Covering your head as a woman, covering your body as a woman, all right? Having that male structure, okay? All the way down to, the style of dress, okay? Things of that nature, right? These different nations get all of that shit from Jake, man. It's not a coincidence. Okay, but I'm trying to see if that was everything I had. That pretty much was that was it, man. That kind of, yeah, that was it. So Lord willing, a point was made. So until next time, man, I want to say shalom. And I want to also give all glory, honors, and prayers unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushai Bahashem, Rechak Wadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to Ophi Shalom and Abba Ball.